are the secrets. And please, what I'm about to share with you here has no regard for age. It has no regard for gender. It has no regard for race. You can be young, you can be old. You can be male, you can be female. You can be white, you can be black. None of these things stop you from being promoted. And it's your choice. You can begin to influence it even from tonight. So very quickly, let me show you 6 divine secrets and infrastructures that, if maximized, engenders promotion. Number 1 is divine ordination. Your nature and your ordination. If you understand your nature and if you understand your ordination and you align to the demands of your ordination, your promotion will become flawless and effortless. Please hear this. The reason most of us struggle is because we are doing things that are either not consistent to the divine nature we have, or we are doing things that is not within the framework of our ordination. I was teaching along this line somewhere, and I told them, you will never find a good climbing fish. Take a fish to climb a tree, all of them will fail, because their nature does not support it, and the environment is not the environment of the ordination. However, if you take the fish to the water, the worst fish is a good swimmer. The worst fish is a master in the water. Why is that so? Supported by nature, supported by ordination. Please hear this. If you want promotion, divine promotion, find your ordination first. Because every promotion outside your ordination is a compounded failure. I've taught you before, if you are in the wrong direction, speed is not an advantage. All of us were created for specific operations, specific functions. Until we step in, we can't become. There are levels of height we can't scale, because those things will not be captured in what was written. It will not be captured, and because of that, we will be met with frustration. See, most of you look at yourself, you think you are a failure, you are a waste, you are in the wrong place. Trace your step back to where God created you to function. You will see the ease with which you manifest. Whether in the natural or in the spirit, it's consistent. Imagine if you took somebody like Lionel Messi to go and throw shot put. He will be the worst in the tournament. Meanwhile, this is arguably the greatest footballer. I'm using natural things so it will come home. Do you think somebody like that can compete for shot put, even for his local government? They will screen him out. But this was somebody built to play football. The moment you find it, even the forces work in your advantage. The lines fall for you in pleasant places. Even your enemies, sometimes when they look at you, they will just smile. Say, leave him for some time. I'm telling you, that's how this realm works. Your promotion is tied to your ordination. Find your ordination, your promotion becomes natural. Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5. It said, before you were formed in your mother's womb. So when you enter ordination, the thing is working even before you were born. Before you were formed before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. Before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, I ordained thee a prophet unto nation. So before the guy was born, he was already called a prophet. Do you know how many people who are struggling, forcing people to call them prophets? Meanwhile, the one who was born into it, before he came out of the womb, he was already prophet. Because ordination gives speed. Ordination facilitates promotion. Read down and see the components of this guy's ordination. That means he's just walking from one level of glory to another. Can we read to verse 7? He said, then said I, Lord God, behold, I cannot speak, for I'm a child. Are you seeing legitimate reasons? See God's response. Because you are in your ordination, even the minorisms, the deficiencies that should have hindered you, he said they are swallowed up. But the Lord said unto me, say not, I'm a child. We are not talking age here, sir. We are talking something that is older than your age. Something that began before you were born. Imagine, the guy had legitimate reasons. God is telling him in ordination, all those legitimate hindrances don't work. Say not, I'm a child. He said, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. You are not going as an orator. You are going as one compared by ordination to communicate my oracles. And this is not a speech. This is to shape nations. Look at the next verses. Please project it. I beg you, any prayer you need to pray tonight for God to open your eyes to know why you were born, pray it. Some of you are struggling because you are dislocated. Be not afraid of all their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, saith the Lord. The guy had not prayed for deliverance. See, if you are in your ordination, even death will excuse you. Did you not read about the guy in the synagogue called Simeon? He couldn't die. The powers of ordination kept him. The moment he saw Jesus, he said, now my eyes have seen the Lord. I can depart in peace. That means the guy was looking for death. Even death didn't come. Because if you are in your ordination, deliverance is a byproduct. The guy had not prayed. There was no Lord deliver me, Lord save me. No, ordination covers deliverance. I will deliver you. And see what God was saying. Then the Lord put forth his hand. Are you seeing impartations? Unsolicited impartations. He never prayed, Lord touch me. He never prayed. Do you even notice that the guy didn't pray for encounters? God was the one who showed up and said, before you were formed, I knew you. God is telling him, your limitations are not good enough. God is telling him, I will deliver you from danger. And before the guy asked, God was imparting him. He said, he put forth his hand, touched my mouth. And then the Lord said unto me, behold, I have put my word in your mouth. So why others need to go to get a PhD in theology to preach? When this guy's opened his mouth, the oracles of God flow naturally. And you are asking, who trained you? Where did you read it? No, this one is not training. This one is implantation. I have put my words in your mouth. When he talks, the word of the Lord comes forth. And he didn't stop there. Are you seeing levels of promotion that ordination is occasioning? From encounters to shutting down limitations to impartations of God. All of these things were happening spontaneously. Do you know how many prayer people pray to encounter God? Do you know how much prayer, fasting, people fast to be touched by God? Do you know how many prayer and fasting people engage to be delivered in this wicked world? All of them was spontaneous. The guy was in his ordination. So long as he was there, it was enough. He says, see, I have this day set thee over nations. It's not, Lord, open the gate of America. Lord, open the gate of Congo. Augusta is in your ordination. If it is there, go and sleep. The door will open on its own accord. It will open. I have set thee over nations and over kingdoms, to root out, to pull down, to destroy, to throw down, and then to build and to plant. So the nations people are begging to enter, he uproots, he plants, he builds. What level of authority is that? Ordination. Some of the nations you people are begging for God to open the door for you to enter. They should welcome you as a king. But you see, what will put that throne on you is the ordination. Don't run to a nation as a lizard when you should enter as the king of the animal kingdom. Don't go to a nation as a beggar when you should enter as a prince who has inherited thrones. I'm not saying be inactive, but I am saying find the ordination. There are few nations of the world I will enter today and ask for accommodation and ask for food. There are few nations of the world I will enter today and be stranded. There are few, too few to number. If I step into any nation, I don't need to do flyer that I'm coming. If I just say I am here, people will beg to look for my contact, to trace me there. And trust me, there are less than 10% who will come without something to honor me. It's not about skin color. It's not about age. It's ordination. Find yours and see the way God will shift you. Even you will be shocked. Those who travel with us will tell you, sometimes you just enter the lounge for 1 hour. Somebody else is traveling and intersect you. They empty all their pocket. To them, their life has been made for God to permit their path to cross yours. And then you are looking at yourself. Me? This tiny creature? What is going on here? They are not seeing you, sir. They are seeing the weight of your destiny. They are seeing the crowns of your ordination. They are seeing the powers of your calling. The powers of your calling. You are not weak. You are not helpless. You are not useless. You have just not found your ordination. And I'm not saying all of us are preachers. Find what God planned you to be. You can be an artist celebrated by kings of the earth. Artist. You draw. Have you not heard? What was his name now? Leonardo da Vinci. They draw a drawing. You look at the drawing. You are wondering what is special about it. And they preserve it for aeons. They are selling it. They are auctioning it. They are saving them in a museum. What is going on here? A drawing. It's called ordination. It's called ordination. There are some who are freedom fighters. The guy gave a speech, I have a dream, and shut down the nation. The other time I was searching 7 men that changed the world. 7. I saw Jesus number 1. Of course. Even the foolish know that that one is uncontestable. Even the atheists know. I saw the master as number 1. But guess what? Guess what? I saw Martin Luther King. Why? One speech. I have a dream. He turned the world upside down. Gave the black people their heritage. Changed the fortune of America. And America changed the world. He was erected like a memorial because he found his ordination. Delivered a speech and risked his life for his beliefs. Guess what? When they did special mentions, they called Nelson Mandela in South Africa. Men who changed their world. Find your place. You can be a photographer that changed the world. You can be a footballer that changed the world. You can be an artist that changed the world. All of us shouldn't compete for what looks lucrative. No. If God is the one who put you there, he will so exalt your horn that wherever you are, that ordination will define it. They can trace you to the forest of Africa and celebrate you like a monarch. Ordination. Find yours. Is the first secret of promotion. See, when men enter the ordination, God is predisposed. It's like something is pushing God to move them. Pushing him. Look at what happened between God and Jeremiah. Without asking for encounters, he shows up. Before you were formed in your womb, your mother's womb, I knew you. I have ordained you to be a prophet. He didn't stop there. The guy complained, I have weaknesses. Forget about them. Don't mention them again. He didn't stop there. He went ahead, touched his mouth. I have imparted you. My word is in you. He didn't stop there. Go and approve nations. Go and plant nations. What's going on here? Rapid successions. Because ordination was in view. I prophesy over you. Anything that has hid your ordination from you, they are removed from your eyes now. When you enter your calling, you are clothed with the bright garments of your destiny. Sit down for a moment. Number 2, what facilitates promotion in this kingdom are your giftings. Oh, see, we waste our time looking for things that are in us from external sources. You need to see people, some people who have followed individuals like slaves for decades, and at the end of the day they kick them out as if they are useless. I know the place of mentorship if God connects you to someone, but I've seen people who wasted their lives trying to get the attention of individuals who never cared if they existed. Decades slaving, seeking approval, seeking recognition, whereas they are installations. Ordination is one, then giftings are another. There's not one of us here who does not have a gift. Not one. God is too good to create you without something that makes you unique. The Bible says you are his workmanship. Ephesians 2 verse 10. Created unto good works. How can you do good works if you don't have competencies and capacities? You are his workmanship. Do you imagine that the Almighty sculpts you, carves you, forms you, and then there's nothing inside you that makes you stand apart? It's not possible. There are installations in you, sir. Your job is to draw it out. So if you want to be promoted, find your gift. The day you find your gift will become the vehicle for your promotion. Proverbs 18 verse 16. A man's gift maketh room for him and bringeth him before great men. When you have a gift, and a gift that is refined, even your enemies, a point will come, they will need you. He said, Gentiles will come to your light. He said, kings will come to the brightness of your rising. The problem with most of us is we have not refined what is in us, but we are begging to be elevated to positions where only those things can keep us. Lord, shift me. But once you keep you there, you have not activated it. Imagine if I didn't have the capacity to communicate the word of God, and I fasted all my life to be put here. The day you come will be the last day you will come. You will sit down and say, what is this saying? Is this guy serious? You will walk away and never come back. So instead of begging God to give me a platform, I will sharpen my gift. When I sharpen my gift will become my platform. And even those who don't like me, they can't deny my presence, because my job is to burn. The flames and the illumination will create the necessary attention that will command the respect of my generation. This is the power of gift. A man's gift maketh room for him. Instead of walking about, wasting your time, begging people who don't care about you, sit down, find your gift and refine it. You refine your gift to a level, even those who underrated you in the past, they will apologize to you. They will call themselves foolish for not discerning you. I've been to places before where I meet people and greet them respectfully. I was here 5 years ago. They say, you don't mean it. I have met you before. I say, yes, I was here. How come I didn't know you? Well, you didn't have eyes. Now you do. They apologize profusely. They wish they knew you then. But don't blame them, because you too didn't refine yourself. Because the version of you that kings are looking for is the refined one. So if you want to sit in the palace, get refined. If you want to stand with kings, get refined. A man's gift. Look at Daniel. Daniel chapter 1 verse 17. It said God gave them knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom. And Daniel had understanding. See what stood the guy out. Daniel had understanding in dreams and visions. So anything that has to do with dreams, you can't be careful. The guy will stand out. No matter how you hate him, that gift will carry him out. In verse 18, the Bible said, of all that the king asked them, it said Daniel and his friends were 10 times better. He had done something with the gift. When the king had a dream and said, tell me my dream, the wise men showed up and said, tell us who interpret. He said, you are liars. If you can interpret, then you can tell me what I dreamt. They were sharpened to a level. Daniel showed up and said, king, don't worry. There is a God that reveals secret. So we didn't know this thing halfway. We have polished this thing to a level. You know, the wise man said, this thing you are asking for is only among the gods. I live among the gods. Give us time. All I need is time. And Daniel came back. The Bible said, then was the matter revealed to Daniel in a night vision. Well, what has he done with the channel? That even things that were hid, he could access. in Daniel 2:18. The guy was sleeping, the gift was still working. Until a point came, Daniel 5, if you read from verse 11, when another king came into power and they were looking for who to enthrone, guess who recommended Daniel? It was not a Jewish person. You don't need your brother to be there to recommend you. Sometimes when your brother gets there, it will be the reason why you will never come there. Because he wants only him to bear that name in that generation. So when they call your son name, he will say that person is not qualified. So that anytime he comes to the village, everybody will defer to him. You want 2 captains in this house? Stay there, I will bring peanut for you. So many times, your brother does not need to be there. If he's there, thank God for lifting him. But if it's for your own lifting, better develop your gift. Guess who recommended Daniel? A hidden queen. He said, there's a man in thy kingdom in whom is the spirit of the holy gods. He said, light and understanding is in him, and he has the capacity to explain hard sentences. In him is an excellent spirit, and in the days of your father the king, he was enthroned as president over the realm. Who motivated her? Daniel carried something that they couldn't deny. Carry something, sir. We don't beg for promotion. We force our way into it. Ask those who are doing great. If they tell you the battles they fought, you will know that mediocres are enjoying. Ask them. From gang-ups, to lies, to arrows, to curses, to wicked prophecies, to evil desires, they scatter all. Because there are things that can never be denied. A refined gift is one of them. It maketh room. You x-ray yourself now. Ask yourself, what is it that I have that will make me stand out in my generation? Ask yourself. Giftings. Giftings. Number 3. Time is flying. Let me run. Forces that makes for promotion. Principles. Nobody who lives without principle will go anywhere. Please, this one, hear it and hear it twice. If your life is random, uncoordinated, and always spontaneous, you are bound to fail. People who are promoted and promoted progressively, they live a life regulated by principles. There are forces that control how they do what they do, when they do it, and where they do it. Does it not surprise you that you don't find kings at street corners? You don't find kings carelessly. Even with the least things, they live by principles. Somebody asked me many years ago, he said, have you seen a convoy carrying a governor stop on the road before that they are urinating? That they want to ease themselves, and governor is standing by the roadside. If there's no restroom, die without urine. These are simple things. There are principles, let alone higher matters. If a governor doesn't know how to ease himself and calculate where he's going to manage himself, even the governor knows he won't stop the convoy to ease himself. They are regulated with as much principles. Have you not checked your life? Is it not weak failures? You see every corner urinating and polluting everywhere. How many great people have you seen stand by street corner that they are urinating? It sounds simple, but it shows you that every height have laws. How many great men have you seen in the buka in the morning eating breakfast? Hey, mama put this food not plenty today, and they are fighting for plate. It's not about you don't have money. No, it's lack of principle. If that's your level, why not buy the food and take it home and eat responsibly? Now me you they talk to? Now me for a plate of rice. You think about it. You can't be promoted, sir. Many years ago, some of my friends who we were praying together, every time we come for fellowship and the man of God is around, I will take my resources, put it together and honor him. When we finish, all of us will shake him and talk about revival and go away. Some of them, when they need anything, because he was liberal, they will go to him. Papa. They were paparing and buying their future. We knew principles, sir. I knew he said, cast your bread upon the waters. You will find it after many days. I knew the principle of sowing and reaping. I kept honoring with service, honoring with reverence, honoring with resources. A day came, everybody knew that I was the chosen one. There was no argument, sir. Those who were pained, those who hated it, they are still down till today. Because you don't rise by hating those who are rising. You rise by engaging the principles. I knew the principles. I engaged it. God lifted me. Your anger can't change it. Your malice can't change it. Your bitterness can't change it. And the more they are pained, the more we rise. Because their bitterness becomes justification for God to lift us more. I just came back from Australia. They saw it. Because they follow me like tick. You know the way tick gums an animal and a sock. That if I cough, they know. Those days, even when I preach, they'll go and cut clips out of it and say, look at what he's saying. I said, since you people have time, I will give you work. And I kept hammering on the things they didn't like. They're cutting while we are moving. Engage principles, sir. They never fail. Because of time. Let me round up. I had 6, but let me round up with number 4. Prophecy. You want promotion? The Bible said, despise not prophesying. It said the errand of prophecy is for edification, it's for exhortation, and it's for comfort. Prophecies are for your blessings. Despise them at your peril. One of the fastest ways God lifts men is by prophecy. That's why Paul, after training Timothy, told him in 1 Timothy 1:18, he said, according to the prophecies that went forth before you, he said, war. Because those prophecies are your advantage. This charge give I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went forth on thee, that thou by them mightest war a good warfare. You know why most of us are where we are? We forgot what God told us. Either directly or through his servants. We forgot. The children of Israel advanced by prophecy. They knew the power and the potency of prophecy. When they stood before battles, they knew the prophecies to activate. When they stood before lack, they knew the prophecy. They understood the mysteries of prophecy. We take prophecies for granted. That's why we don't move. The Bible said in 2 Chronicles 20:20, it said, believe in the Lord your God, so shall ye be established. Believe also his prophets. That means the prophecies from the mouth of his servants. It says, so shall ye prosper. When God speaks to you, it's not to inform you. You may be informed in the process, but when God speaks to you, it's to lift you up. This is the job of prophecy. It said, by a prophet he brought them out of captivity, and by a prophet they were preserved. If I call some of you out now, you should be flogged with 39 strokes. Because the prophecies on your life, some of you seated here, you have more than 30 dormant prophecies. And every day you keep looking for words that you don't use. I told you my story. Some of us didn't have privilege of receiving so many prophecies. When they are giving prophetic word, I'm lifting my hand, they don't see me. When the prophet is passing, I perceive that maybe he is looking for those who are spiritual. I close my eye, I start praying so that at least my disposition, of course fake and hypocritical, would have gotten his attention. But because they are operating in the spirit, they see that this prayer is fake and they cross over me. Sometimes they tap you and say shift. You shift and they prophesy to the next person. Meanwhile, can I shock you? Sometimes those who receive the most prophecy become a waste. Because at the end of the day, they become proud. God said I will be great. God said I will shake my wall. One came to me the other time, and I was at home meditating. Because those of us who didn't have much prophecies, we searched them out from the book. The guy came to me and he knelt where I was praying, and he shook like this, shook. I said, is this a demon? And my discernment was not yet strong. Why are you shaking like this? He said, wait. I moved, armed myself. Let no demon come out of you and enter anywhere here. After a while, he stood up and told me, they told him that he's the Apostle Paul of this generation. Apostle what? Apostle Paul of this generation. Do you know the responsibility that is? He said, no, I don't. Why am I? He said he's the Apostle Paul. Sir, can I shock you? Apostle Paul is still trying to discover himself. Because they brag about prophecies. They feel lofty. In fact, those days when we used to, go from place to place seeking God, when they prophesied to some of our brothers then, for some weeks, they will expect you to acknowledge them as more ranking than you in the economy of God. Some will even start sending you on errand. If by any chance you will participate in the great calling that is on their lives. And because we didn't have any, we better gum ourselves with those who God has ordained. Some start giving you Bible to carry. They have not manifested though, but they told them this world belongs to them. They will say they saw the door of Canada, the door of US. Hey, you are going as far as Canada. You are going as far as the US. How about us? They say pray. Prayer is important. The effectual prayer of a righteous man maketh tremendous power available. And they were walking like the hope of Canada. They were walking like the hope of the United States. Why some of us who didn't have prophecy? Well, at least let God help us to cast out demons that remain in Makodi here. Maybe by the mercies of God, He will look upon us graciously one day. Today, they are still there with dormant prophecies. Prophecies are not to make you feel lofty. It said, by them that you may war a good warfare. When prophecies come, number one, believe them. Number two, pray with them. Number three, act according to the stirring of the Holy Spirit, so that they are materialized in your life. Don't carry prophecies and remain an average person. They shape men. They make men. God speaks over you. You can't be the same. What did Elijah have? The guy took off his apron, threw it on him, and walked away. He interpreted what it meant. He slaughtered all the yokes of oxen and followed him. No wonder he became the next national prophet. You take prophecy for granted, you are wasted. The fastest way for lifting men is by prophecy. See, some of you, when you leave this service today, go back, spend some days, begin to remember all the Lord spoke to you in the place of prayer, and all He spoke to you through other people that you believe in order not to forget them again, buy cardboard sheets, write them, paste them in your bedroom. Parlor may be for visitors, bedroom is your own. Put them there. When you wake up in the morning, recite it to yourself. When you finish reciting it to yourself, begin to proclaim it as if it's already happening, so that you energize it. If you study the Bible and you see the excellency of prophecy, you will know it's a crime for you to carry prophecy and fail. You go read Ezekiel 37. The guy said, the hand of the Lord was upon me, and He carried me to a valley of dry bones. And He said, truly the bones were dry. So He attested that the bones were dry. Now I hope you know, when a man dies, is hopeless. That's a hopeless situation. Then when a man decays, run away. There's no need doing anything about it. Then he decays until the bone dries. And the bone does not just dry, but they are disconnected. Such was the state of the valley that God took him to. But there was one thing, prophecy. He said, can these bones live? He said, Lord, only thou knowest. I don't know anybody listening to me here that his case is worse than a dead man. At least you are better than a dead man. But these are not dead people. These are dry, disconnected bones. And the Lord said, can these bones live? He said, only thou knowest. And God said, yes, they can. I know how. Prophesy to them. When you prophesy, even dry bones can have hope. And the guy said, I prophesied as I was commanded. That means when God speaks, echo it. The power is not just in God speaking. The power is you concurring. The word is homologia, saying in consonance what God said. He said, I prophesied as I was commanded. Suddenly there was a noise on the valley, and bones began to look for bones. That means the first thing that happens when prophecies happen is spiritual intelligence. How did the femur know where the hip is? How did the hip know where the spinal column is? How did the spinal column know where the skull is? So there was an external intelligence manipulating the event. When prophecies goes up, intelligence beyond you begins to happen. And that's not all. The prophecy also supplies energy for mobility. You see, your helper may be in the United States, your helper may be in Canada, your helper may be in Mozambique. But when prophecy comes, that prophecy has the power to cause them to lose their peace, and they will fly from Mozambique, they will fly from the US. They won't know why they are coming. The Bible said bones began to locate bones. Bones began to connect to bones, and they got tracing themselves. You know, when you study that scripture in a hurry and you don't think, you won't understand the enormity of what happened. Hope you know when those bones dislocated, some grinded to powder and air took them away. So when the prophecy went forth, even the powder that disintegrated traced their way back from wherever they were, because matter can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only be converted. No matter the conversion they have been converted to, when the prophecy happened, reconversion took place, relocation took place, and the bones were connected together. Guess what? Even the connected bones was still hopeless. But you see, that's why you don't prophesy once and stop. After the bones connected, the Bible said flesh appeared. The question is, how did flesh that decayed and disintegrated enter into a reverse reaction and appeared again? When prophecy go forth, even your brain become handicapped. You will see things happening, you will not be able to explain them, but you can't deny them. But guess what? Even after flesh appeared, they were dead men. It was still hopeless. See, does it surprise you how God was not disturbed? He knew that when prophecy is at work, it's only a matter of time. Everything that needs to happen must happen. And when flesh appeared, he now said, command the east wind to come into them. And when the guy prophesied, the wind entered them. Now, how did the wind enter their lungs and activate it? And they rose up. Now, you need to understand that these people that were destroyed have to be a very weak village that was overpowered. But when they rose up, the Bible said they rose up as an exceeding great army. So prophecy does not restore you to where you were. It takes you beyond where you have ever been. So when a man, maybe you are a manager, they fought you and took you out. When prophecy comes to action, it doesn't return you as a manager. It returns you either as a general manager or as a CEO. If he brings you back to where you were, that's not enough. Dry bones became an exceeding great army just by prophecy. And you are here. God sent somebody to tell you, I have made you an eternal excellency, the joy of many generations. Instead of you carrying those walls and worrying, you are still going to prayer and saying, God, look at me. And the angels are wondering, do you know what came to you? Even a virgin became pregnant by prophecy. A virgin that knew no man became pregnant by prophecy. Dry bones became an exceeding great army by prophecy. Is it that your business that God prophesied that won't come to pass? Is it your health that God prophesied that won't come to pass? Is it that open door that God prophesied? Is that thing you are trusting God for harder than a virgin becoming pregnant? Is it harder than dry bones becoming a great army? Brothers and sisters, when God wants to move you, when God wants to shift you, amongst other things, what he does is that he begins to send prophetic words in your direction. It can come in your dream. It can come through an agency of a prophet. It can come from the mouth of God. But when prophecy comes, your story have changed. Don't wait for the manifestation. The moment prophecy comes, prophecy is the manifestation. As you catch it, every other thing will follow. We don't know how men are promoted. I told you my story. I was lying down praying and I saw a vision. An eagle was soaring. And all God needed to do was to open my eyes to see myself hanging on the wings. In 2 weeks, everything erupted. Because I knew how prophecies worked. Many years ago, I listened to Bishop Oyedepo and he preached a message converting prophecies in the labor room of prayer. So if you like, say it jokingly. The moment my spirit bear witness, I will grab that word like a tick. I will sit on it until it becomes real to me, and I will declare it until it comes to pass. Because that is the mechanism of converting your failure to your success. That's the mechanism of rising from the donkey to standing with princes. Because when God talks, he's not informing you, he's creating. And the way God creates your future tomorrow is by talking to you. Prophecy. Prophecy. The question tonight is, how many prophecies are you sitting on? Some of you have been told you are part of the few men that will lead Nigeria's leadership, but you have not even accepted it, let alone believe in it. Some of you were told you are part of the voices that will lead the revival, but you are still playing with your life because you thought it was a joke. Some of you were told you are part of those who will sponsor the kingdom because your hands have been anointed with oil for wealth, but you have not woken up to it because you think it's one of church cliche. That's why only few rises by prophecy. Tonight I come to you with the word, and the word I came to you with is that dry bones will rise again. I said dry bones will rise again. Dry bones will rise again. It doesn't matter where you failed. It doesn't matter where you fell from. I speak over you from the valleys of your waste. Rise up to the mountains of your glorification. I said from the valleys of your destruction, rise up to the mountain of your empowerment. From the valleys of your bondage, rise up to the mountains of your deliverance. I decree and declare, dry bones shall rise again. Pray in the Holy Ghost. Yeah.